Hi guys, I hope you are all doing well. Let's see today's question. So today's question we are taking this up from the topic of differentiation. And if I talk about the question which is given to us here from this topic, the question tells us that suppose for a differentiable function h, so h is given to us a differentiable function. The question further says h of 0 is 0 and h of 1 is 1. And further, we have been told that h dash of 0 is equals to h dash of 1 is equals to 2. And the question further says g of x is equals to h of e raised to x into e raised to h of x. Then the question is asking me to figure out the value of g dash of 0. So that's the question asked to me here. And if I talk about the answer choices that have been given here, the options are 4, 5, 3, and 8. So these are the four answer choices I have for this question that is asked to us here. Let's see how to solve this question further and let's get the answer to the question asked to us. Before starting off with the solution for this question, I would first like to tell you that please do subscribe to my channel and support the channel as well because it is free for you but also motivates me to put up better content and try to make the solutions as easy as possible and as better you understand them. Let's see how to solve this question further. So if I try to solve the question, it says g of x is h of e raised to x into e of h raised to x. So basically, if you see, I have two functions of x given to me here. One is the h function and the other one is a e raised to h of x function. So basically, it is in the form of u into v. Now, once I have u into v, we know that the derivative of that will become u into derivative of v plus v into derivative of u. So let's first write our function u. Let's find the derivative of that. So u function of x is given to us as h of e raised to x. So that is the function given to me. So if I want to find u dash of x, means I'm finding the differentiation of this u of x. So that basically becomes derivative of h of e raised to x, which is nothing but h dash e raised to x into derivative of e raised to x, which is e raised to x. So that is the first function given to me. And if I talk about the other idea here, the other one is v of x, which is e raised to h of x. That if I find the differentiation to v dash of x basically becomes derivative of this, which is e raised to h of x into derivative of h of x, which is h dash of x. So that is v dash x and that is u dash of x. So we have both the derivatives of the functions u of x and v of x. Now, once I have that, further, if I try to solve this idea, I want to have actually what g dash of 0. And if I want to have g dash of 0, we already know it is written in this form. So if I write it in the form, I get u of 0 into v dash of 0 plus v of 0 into u dash of 0. So we have all of these functions with me. Now let's try to find u of 0, u dash of 0, v of 0, v dash of 0. So let's use that. And for the given conditions, we also know this. So we'll use these ideas as well. So if I use the idea, u of 0, if I want to find, I already have u of x with me, which is this. So I will write instead of x 0. So I get h of e raised to 0. And e raised to 0 is nothing but 1. So that gives me h of 1. And h of 1, if I see, it is nothing but 1. So I get this answer as 1. V of 0, if I find out, V of 0 means this. So I get e raised to h of 0. And h of 0 is given to me here, it is 0. So it basically becomes e raised to 0, which is 1 again. Now u dash of 0, if I figure out, means I'm putting x as 0 here. So if I get this as 0, I get this as h dash e raised to 0 into e raised to 0. So I get this is h dash of 1 and e raised to 0 is nothing but 1. So h dash of 1, if I see, h dash of 1 is nothing but 2. So you get this is 2. And last one is v dash of 0. So if I figure out v dash of 0, the first derivative of v raised to x, which is e raised to h of x. So it becomes e raised to h of 0 into h dash of 0. So e raised to h of 0, we know it is 0. So it basically gives you e raised to 0, which is 1. And h dash of 0, if I see, it is nothing but 2. So you get this is 2. So 1 into 2, which basically becomes 2. So I get this answers here for all the functions. Now, if I just want to find g dash of 0, I'll just put in this answers what I've gotten for all the 4 of them. So let's do that. So I get from here this turning out to become u dash u of 0, which is 1, v dash of 0, which is 2, plus v of 0, which is again 1, and u dash of 0, which is again 2. So if I put this here, I get 1 into 2, which is 2, plus 1 into 2, which is again 2. So 2 plus 2 basically makes it 4. So I get the answer to the question, and that's basically 4. So if I see the answer choice that matches here is option A. So A becomes the correct answer for the question that is given to us here. I hope you have understood how to solve this type of questions on differentiation. It was just using the basic idea of derivative of a product of functions. So I had the two functions u and v. I just found the derivative of them, put the values of x as 0 everywhere. We had these conditions. I used that and I got the answer to the question that is 4. So that basically matches with answer choice A. I hope you have understood how to solve this question. I'll see you again tomorrow with some other question from some other topic. And we are going to continue our series of questions on JEE mains. So stay tuned for more videos to roll out. Also, if you're enjoying these videos that we are doing on everyday basis, please do like the videos as well and do subscribe to my channel and share this channel with your friends also who are involved in the preparation of questions on JEE. So they can also take the benefit from these questions that we are solving on everyday basis. Thank you.